Don't you have to ask me questions? I just want to thank Mr. Director Michael Oher for the opportunity to be a part of his movie. It was definitely an exhilarating experience for me, one in which my great talents as an actor were showcased. But that would not have been possible had the movie not been produced in the way that it was by the great director.
Now, how, sir, exactly did you get into the movie business?
I was forced into it.
Now, as per the original cast interviews for previous movies, how do you feel this experience has changed over the course of different movies working with Mr. Oher?
I definitely noticed a much more mature outlook on the part of Director Oher throughout the filming of this. First, as you might remember, my performance in the Mystery at the Hershey Hotel, which was obviously well regarded by the critics in the movie industry. The Film Actors Guild wrote many accolades about my performance. But that for another time. That's for another time. This is about this guy. This guy right here. Him. And again, I think he's a brilliant writer, and he was able to translate the novel onto the big screen so that everybody, young, old, from any background, would take something away from this great film.
Okay now, Robert, well, how do you view your future in the movie business? Do you want to continue?
I didn't want to say this before, I didn't want to put it out there, but this was my last film. I am ready to retire and move on. I'm thinking about pursuing a career in education.
You're going to reconsider that answer,
I always wanted to be an assistant principal, and so now, with having these two movies done, I've made my mark on the film industry, and as I said, the critics really adore my work. And now I'm ready to get back or go and do something I've always wanted to do. But so I'm officially retired from the movie industry.
Until next year.
I will miss working with Michael Oher in regard to the movie. Our friendship will continue, but never again will I be on the big screen. And
until the next movie for more productions. So now, Mr. Neidig, how do you foresee the audiences responding to this film?
They're going to laugh, they're going to cry, then they're going to laugh, then they're going to cry some more.
Now, if given the opportunity, how would you have changed the movie in any way?
The movie was perfect. I would not change a thing.
Good answer.
I would have done it exactly the same way that the great director Michael Oher did it.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Now, what are your thoughts on show business as a whole after your experience with our productions? The camera is rolling, Mr. Neidig.
Okay, thank you. Can you repeat the question?
How would you reflect upon your experiences in the movie industry while working with our productions?
Yeah, I've only worked with Oher Productions, so I can't really compare it to other film industry people, but I would imagine it's much harder working with Mr. Oher, only because he demands the very best from you. The very best.
Now,
and when you don't give him your best, he knows. He knows. This guy right here, he knows. Look at him. He's right there. He knows. And as a result, it's painstaking work going in every day and knowing that it's going to be exhausting. It's going to take everything I had so it would come across on the screen appropriately. And the character I played in the the case of the missing mummy. What was that guy's name again? Curator Mertz?
Oh, yes, Carl
Yes,
Mertz.
those are some big shoes to fill. And I just left it out there every day. You know.
Now,
Me and my Coca-Cola every day, we left it out there.
Now, what was your favorite part of the movie, script-wise?
The part where I got to use the megaphone, that was pretty cool. I like using props there. And you turn it up. If you fooled around, it sounded like rain. Remember that? That was good. That was fun. Oh, that one scene we did in the classroom with the smart board. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And the one scene we did with the alarm, even though we don't hear the alarm, you're going to put the alarm in. So that's pretty cool to know that there's special effects. You know.
Now, what was your favorite part to actually film?
My favorite part to film. Thought I just answered that.
No, you answered script-wise.
Oh.
Your favorite scene.
Well, I kind of answered the film part first, so let me now do the script one. The most powerful scene to get through was probably the airplane scene. Yes, I mean the joke that I had me laughing for I was hysterical for hours, just laughing and laughing. The part where they're gonna go get a new pilot because it was great. It was great.
Now, what are your thoughts
Only
on...
Michael Orr can write like that. Only that guy. That guy. Okay, just.
What are your thoughts on your co-stars? Were they easy to work with?
It was just you, pretty much.
And Steven.
And Steven, that's right. Steven was in it. No. It's great chemistry between the three of us. And that guy you got to play me. He's pretty good too.
Now, given the option, would you attend a screening of this film, or?
You know what? Like I said, I have to walk away, so I just think I will never have anything to do with another movie again.
Till
and
the
that
next
would include
movie.
the screening, and so yeah, I don't think I would be able to. I never watch any of the movies I'm in. I just go by what the critics say, which of course they love my performances.
You painstakingly watch every second of it.
Maybe that's true.
Now, from your humble background, what have you learned in your rise to stardom, if you will?
I learned that you cannot make chicken soup out of chicken poop.
And on that note, I would like to thank you and invite everyone to come visit us and watch The Case of the Missing Mummy at our screening to be announced in the near future. Thank you, and have a wonderful time. And cut. Hello everyone, I'm director and esteemed colleague Michael Assor, head of Orr Productions. Today I will be interviewed for your viewing pleasure. Our celebrity interviewer today is Mr. Robert Neidig, main actor of Orr Productions. Take it away, Mr. Neidig.
Why don't you tell the audience how lucky you were to have worked with a talent like me?
A talent like Mr. Neidig comes around once in a lifetime. There are no comparisons. There's no way to describe it. He's a once in a lifetime kind of guy and the best actor I've ever met.
And the critics agree with you on that. But moving on, tell us a little bit about the book. I know it was your brainchild, and tell us a little bit about how long it took you to write the novel. And I know the foreword was written by a great literary mind, me. And so, of course, people might just buy the novel to read that piece, but then they might continue. There's a chance they might continue reading after the foreword. And so, tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, the book, it's actually a wonderful idea. This is the original Case of the Missing Mummy. The film was adapted off of this book. This book is the story of a wonderful tale, a timeless tale even, if you will, about an explorer. It's actually part of a series that I've started with the original novel Atlantis Adventure, and now I'm continuing with this novel, The Case of the Missing Mummy. This novel follows the explorer Stephen Flanagan and his financier Michael Stephen Orr, better known as Michael S. Orr. Now, in this novel, there's a twist. Instead of finding the lost city of Atlantis as in the first novel, in this wonderful masterpiece, the explorer and his crew, along with his friend and associate curator Mertz, have to try to find a mummy stolen by a master thief. And you'll have to read the rest to find out. This book will be available in bookstores worldwide coming soon.
Where do you come up with the characters' names? I'm always intrigued by the interesting names you give to your characters.
Well, as a matter of fact, I work very hard to come up with character names. I use personal experience, I change around names, I can spend days upon days just coming up with names for characters. I mean, it's not an easy process.
Tell us about your versatility as an actor. Is it correct that you played several roles in the movie version?
That is correct. I, as an actor, I'm not only a director, well, I'm an actor, I'm a producer, as well as an executive producer, and just about everything else in the movie. So, that represents unique challenges due to the logistics of the matter. As one might well be aware, it is quite hard to play multiple characters, as you would have to keep changing costumes, which I've managed to pull off flawlessly in the case of The Missing Mummy, coming to a theater near you.
Do you have any plans for any future books or movies?
I always have a project in the works, but I can't tell you guys just yet, because as I learned from a famous screenwriter and novelist, you keep them in the dark until the last possible minute, until everything's ready. If anyone were to ever ask me what my movie was about before it premiered, or even after it premiered, I have one line for them. It's about a case of a missing mummy. I learned that from the decorated screenwriter and novelist Sid Fields, who actually is one of the reasons I got into screenwriting.
And I want to know your thoughts, last question here. I want to know your thoughts about the retirement of the great Robert Neidig. And, you know, you've relied on him in several of your movies. He's probably the inspiration behind some of the characters in the novel. How are you going to go on without him as far as his theatrical performances in your movies?
Well, as he obviously is not aware, he signed a 20-year contract with our productions, so he'll be in movies for years to come. You don't have to worry about that, folks. We have wonderful movies planned. We have lined up movies coming to you soon. We're actually starting work soon on our next movie. I'd like to thank you all and
Isn't
invite
it true that he has not been paid 1 cent for his time? Countless hours?
That's not true.
How do you respond to that,
That is not true.
Mr. Director?
That is not in the least bit true. I, as a director, we do not pay money to keep our tax-exempt status, as well as the fact that we wish to remain a non-profit, but we pay in various
Isn't it true
gifts.
you just signed a lucrative deal with Coca-Cola, and that they appear in many scenes throughout the filming of The Case of the Missing Mummy?
Well, yes.
Answer the question!
Well, yes, naturally, we do have to find sponsors to sponsor our movies, and that usually comes via product endorsements.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you. Great interview. And
Come see the movie soon.
see my acting.